this lesson, we're going to be representing functions as graphs or equations. We're turning equations into graphs. So in the first section, you're going to be graphing functions. They're going to give you a function and they're going to give you the domain. So here, our function is y equals 2x minus 3, and the domain is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. In order to graph a function, you're going to need a domain and range. So to keep our thoughts organized, I'm going to make a t-table or a function table. Doesn't matter if the function table goes up and down, or if you do it the horizontal way. Inputs, outputs, they give us our inputs. The domain is 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our job is to find the outputs or the range. So to find y, I'm going to plug the information I know into x. Y equals 2 times x minus 3. Now I'm going to plug 3 in. 4. Hopefully you're noticing a pattern. Okay, so I just found my range or my outputs. If your inputs, if the domain is a pattern, your output should be a pattern as well, so you should notice that I have a pattern here. That's a good trick to see if you're on task, doing the right things. Okay, so far all I've done is organize my thoughts. I found my range from the domain. Now I can graph. I don't have to use line paper today, it's just going to be a quick graph. I notice that all my domains and ranges, my inputs and outputs, are positive, so I'm just going to use the first quadrant. Now these are my x's and these are my y's. So these are ordered pairs. My first ordered pair is 2, 1. So that's what you're thinking of these. Start at the origin, the first number tells you to go to the right, the second number tells you to go up. 2, 1. This is the ordered pair 3, 3. 3, 3. Then I have 4, 5. And 5, 7. We just graphed a function. Your turn to try. If you have a function of y equals 2x minus 1, and your domain is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Think about the steps that I did. I created a table to organize my thoughts. I found my outputs, my y's, and then I graphed. 3 steps. Go ahead and try that. Okay, so the next section is going to be writing a function rule for a graph. They're going to give you a graph this time, and you need to write a function rule similar to how we did in the last section. So in your notes, go ahead and copy this chart down, or this graph down, I should say. You have an ordered pair at 1, 0, 3, 2, 5, 4, and 7, 6. So push pause if you need to. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a function table again to keep my thoughts organized. Maybe I'm going to use a horizontal one this time. Oops. On the string line. Okay. So here's my function table. It's going the other way. My x's and my y's. My x's, my domains are 1, 3, 5, and 7. function table, it's going to be easier to comprehend what my rule might be. Okay. Oops, what is going on? Okay, hopefully we can get through this, otherwise we're glitches. Alright, so my goal is to write a rule. I'm trying to figure out how do I go from the x's to the y's. How do I go from here to here, here to here, here to here? And sometimes it's going to take a little bit of guessing to figure it out. Hopefully this one's pretty easy. My only option really, well, there's more than one option, but I think the most obvious option is subtracting 1. Now I'm going to check to see if it works for the rest. -1, 5 minus 1 is 4, 7 minus 1 is 6. So it looks like we're taking the x and we're subtracting 1 to get y. We're taking the x and we're subtracting 1 to get y. So to find y, I do x minus 1. I just wrote a function. I wrote a rule. You're going to do one more, or you're going to try one more on your own. Here it is.